What's up, guys? I'm back with my review of Transformers War for Cybertron Voyager class Shockwave. Picked this figure up, a few days ago at Super V Toys. I will put the link down below for him. And definitely go check out if you're looking for any kind of action figures, Marvel Legends, Transformers, obviously. Any kind of specialty figure. He's got Stranger Things figures, just Star Wars, of course. So, I mean, name it, he's got it. Check out his website below. You can do pre-orders, and shipping is a flat rate for shipping charge, I believe. So take a look at it. You really can't beat the prices. And has some super rare figures that are really hard to find, especially in stores. So anyway, so Shockwave is, I've been so excited. As soon as I saw this figure was going to be released, I wanted it. I love Shockwave, and finally we have something that's decent for the price point. And again, it's $50 around there, give or take where you go. But some people will argue that that's not a great deal, but for what it is, I definitely think it's a pretty neat figure, and certainly lives up to what it should be. So yeah, so just kind of taking a quick look at the Shockwave himself. You can see he's obviously got that kind of war paint wash basically, but kind of scratched up. And the beauty of these Siege Line figures, especially this one, you can kind of have them however you want. I think the official transformed mode for this is, I think you're supposed to have these kind of facing in, but yeah, I like having them like this, so when I'm looking straight on with him, you can kind of see the rockets there. The one thing I will say about this figure, the best light piping. This thing, I've had this downstairs in my house for a little while now, and this thing literally glows like it has an LED in it. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So definitely something that I really enjoy looking at. I have him downstairs, and I think I have Optimus Prime downstairs, but size comparison wise, while I'm kind of talking about other figures, so he is in his official leader mode. As you can see, he does have the extended feet, the shoulders, thrusters, I guess you'd call them, and then the extra rockets, extra guns, and the backpack. So he does have that. So just to kind of give you an idea of size comparison. So here he is with Voyager class Megatron. Just move these both over a little bit. You can see, I mean, for a Voyager, Megatron's, good sized. Once you take everything off of Shockwave, he becomes Voyager sized. So that's something to kind of keep in mind. And I think that's where a lot of people get upset, just based on the actual size per dollar. $50, where a Voyager is $30. I get it, but personally, I think it doesn't even matter. Like, if you're a collector, you want these figures, it's worth it. So we'll get Megatron out of the way. The one that I think is an amazing figure, obviously, is Magnus. And you can see, I mean, he is bigger. The thing with these figures I've really noticed is they have some heft to them. They're not that hollow, cheap feeling anymore. Like, I think it was Power of the Primes or whatever it was, Combiner Wars or something like that. I wasn't a huge fan. I did have a few of those, and I've done some videos on them. Just were not an amazing figure because they were not amazing figures because they definitely had a lot of hollow points to them. So you can see the difference between these two, and then just to kind of give you an idea on a deluxe. So there he is. So what I'm going to do is I am going to build his stand, and I will be right back. All right, so I'm back, and as you can see, now Shockwave is riding on his stand. I don't know. I don't even know what you call it, his base. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And basically, it just kind of takes the shoulders, the feet, and the backpack and forms this awesome stand for him. And he can ride it, can mount right on. He's pegged in pretty well. I think it's just a neat little addition, a nice little feature to have. It certainly gives you something else to that kind of form factor, that play factor. I think it's really cool just based on, actually what the figure should look like is more of this. So having this stand is kind of an addition that I think is nice. So we'll set that off to the side. So as you can see, so here is Shockwave in his just plain old regular mode. And again, this is more along the lines of Voyager size, smaller than Megatron. So again, now Magnus, you know, when he take off all his armor, yeah, he's small too. He's the same size as Optimus Prime, if not a little smaller. So you can kind of see they do fall into that. They do fall into that Voyager size, which again, I'm not hating on it based on, you can see with the deluxe. I'm not hating on it just based on how cool this figure actually is. I do like the fact that it doesn't have a ton of that marking, the washed paint. I'm glad that they didn't overboard it with this. You know, certainly a good looking figure, that's for sure. I love this, the tube that comes through. Yeah, so there he is. And again, you can see that light piping just shining right through, which is awesome. So very accurate, I think. I mean, you know, for what it is for today, you know, it's definitely a nice figure. So I'm going to get him into his spaceship mode, and I'll be right back. And actually, you know what, before I do that, I can show you these additions, these little accessories that come with the smaller figures. They do peg on, which is cool. So you can peg that on so it looks like his blaster is actually blasting. So pretty neat. They are, you know, able to be used in a variety of ways, which is cool. I mean, they are definitely some cool little additions. So I will be right back. All right, guys, so I have Shockwave transformed into his spaceship mode. Now obviously this doesn't have all the accessories on it, and in this mode, it pretty much, let me see if this light helps. Pretty much washes it out. In this mode, it pretty much looks like a gun. So, yeah. So here's pretty much his not official gun mode, which is cool. But, yeah, this kind of gets in the way. But, yeah, so here's spaceship mode. To complete this 100%, basically you want to slide this in here and close this baby up. There's some tabs that this will kind of tab into. This will lock in the center. Let's make sure this goes in. One sec. Oh, I always have an issue with that one. There we go. So yeah, so tab that in. So that kind of starts to look a little bit better as far as his spaceship mode. Then we can add these side pieces. So with these, you can see that there is peg hole and a slot, and then you have your peg, and then there's another little peg there. So this one goes on this side, and basically what happens is when you peg that in, it all lines up together, so these won't rotate. So it just kind of keeps them in place, which is cool. Got that. And then the last part are these other thrusters. A lot of people like to leave the wings up, or tucked in, I should say. I like to leave them in. Best part is with these figures, you do what you want and what makes you feel good, and you know, however you want to set the figure up. So I just think it looks cooler, more like a spaceship with extra wings. So, oops, I lost my piece there. So you can see, you can kind of angle this a bit better. Yeah, so here he is in his spaceship mode, which is not the best mode for him. I think the best mode is like Voyager mode, you know, without the backpack and all that stuff. I think that's the best mode with the stand, but it's still a really cool looking ship. All these guns, really cool eye right here. So you can see the same light piping, and that's, you know, kind of resembles Shockwave's actual eye, you know, like he's piloting. So, which is really cool. Wicked detail in here. On the actual, like, the barrel of the ship, you know, the cone of the ship. You know, I love all the detail. I love that it's not overdone with the kind of markings and, you know, being marked up. You can kind of tuck that landing gear in the front down a bit, just to kind of give it a little bit of a resting spot so it doesn't stick up, because if you have it
how it wants it, it cocks it up way too high. So I like to just kind of tuck it just a little bit. But yeah, you guys kind of get the idea. Yeah, so this was my kind of brief review of Shockwave. Like I said, I'm trying to do things a little bit different as far as not going so much into the transformation, really just kind of focusing on details of, you know, kind of my opinion on it and, you know, what I think and kind of comparison to some other figures. But yeah, so that's it. Again, I'll link below where I did pick this guy up, Super V Toys. And I will be back, obviously, with some more videos. I should be getting some new figures at some point. And yeah, I appreciate you watching, subscribing. You know, I really appreciate it. So we'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you.